Okay, I've got the transportation problem solver that we're going to be working through today. I'm just bringing up the software right now to kind of give you a sense of what we're doing. This is a standard skeleton. You'll see it in the Moodle shell. It's available to everyone, so you can at least start to pull this together. But generally speaking, what we're trying to do is work with the truck and tractor trailer and identify the square footage that's available in each one of these two vehicles, their operating costs and information, operating per mile, and the available trucks that you have in your fleet ready to go. In addition to that, we've got the exercise bike, the elliptical cross trainer. Now let me bring that out a little bit, and the treadmill. And this is the square footage that you need if you have for each one of these products. And for instance, an exercise bike is 12 square feet, and for your Philadelphia store, you've got 140 square feet that you need to take care of. So you've got 12 square feet each for the exercise bikes, and uh, you'll use those numbers in order to calculate volume. Also, we've got our volume required. Let me just expand that out a tiny bit. And we've got 140 square feet of our exercise bikes. For our circuit trainers or cross trainers, we've got 96 square feet, and the treadmills, we've got 86. And we have to set up each one of these in order to be able to calculate for solver the important information and in the end get what's called the optimal production function. Again, that's a couple of weeks away, but the real key for this week is to develop this spreadsheet. I've done a couple of things. One thing I've done is I've taken the formulas for this and I've put them into a Word document just to make it easy for me and to speed up this process of the tutorial. But you can find all of these right in the textbook, in the pages that's identified in the Moodle site. But what we're going to be doing is filling out this section of the table and starting to use it in a manual way. The following week we'll actually use Solver, and that'll be the second part of the Solver discussion. But let me go and grab the Word document that we're going to be using for this, the what I called CV data. And by the way, we'll set this up generally, and then what I'll do is Uh, after we've got that generally set up, I'll go to a finished document and be able to work it through. But again, for this first one, what we're going to be using is all this data and using the formula, and matter of fact, I'll paste that right in, of D16, so D16 plus E16 plus F16 is equal to our total volume. I'll just go out. And normally what you would do with all of these is simply copy and paste. And it's really as simple as this. Paste, yep, so on and so forth. I'll just do one more. And then I won't bother with another one. Just again for the tutorial here. And you would go through and copy those the whole way through. The next thing we need is our volume. And our volume really does look at H16 and C5. So H16 are the number of trucks. And the number of trucks here, right now we're going to do what's called seeding these. And the number of trailers as well. Let's seed those as well. But it would be, one truck times, actually it's 1,500. And there it is right there. Here, let me bring this up so you can get a full view of that. But our volume of square feet per truck is 1,500. And so for this one, it's really looking at C5 times the number of trucks that you're going to use. So pretty straightforward. I typed that in, but it's easier to simply copy and paste. There. And again, you would just copy and paste those the whole way through for each one of your different stores, Philadelphia, Atlanta, Miami, Chicago, and Los Angeles. So, it would just be copy and paste, just like that. For the trailers, we're looking at, what is this, C6, 2,350 square feet per tractor trailer, times the number of trailers, which is, what is it, J16. And again, I'll just grab that, J16 times C6, copy, and paste. And again, you would want to simply copy and paste those the whole way down through here. Now the total capacity is I16 plus K16. Now I16 is of course our capacity for our trucks, and K16 is the capacity for our trailers. So to get the total capacity be those together, let me go grab that. I16 plus K16, copy, and plug that in, paste, and you've got it right there. And for the percent of utilization, that's just going to be G16 divided by L16. So G16 being our volume required, and L16, our total capacity, gives our percent of capacity. And that allows us to understand really the amount of capacity that we're using overall. Let me resize that a little bit just to make it better. And let me go and grab that equation real quickly. And again, all of these equations not only are available as you can see them right there, but also you can get them out of the textbook. Okay, yeah, 130%. Yeah, that's correct. It really should be a percentage, which I'm going to try to reformat. Yeah, bear with me for 1 second on this. Just to be able to get that percentage. Okay, there it is. And then our shipping costs are probably the most complex. And what that's going to do is take all of our information, including our cost per mile, our cost per cubic foot, and all the other data, and create an equation for that. And I would go over that, but it's a little tedious, and you can certainly do that on your own. But plugging that equation in gets you the total cost. And again, sorry for being a little bit persnickety, but we really ought to format that for currency. There. Let me broaden that a little bit. So we've got it. And of course, all you would do for every one of these is copy and paste them the whole way down, and you would be able to get the full sheet filled out. Now, I've already completed that sheet. Let me pop that out. And the completed sheet is right here. And you can see it's all taken care of. Now, the first trick is really to play around with this. We've got our required volume, and we've got the vehicle capacity and capacity utilization. So uh, what we need is 5,012 square feet, but right now what we've got is 3,850. In other words, it's not enough. So let's get another truck. Yeah, and we're at 94% capacity utilization. You may have noticed that our cost is going up already. Here we need 3,513, but we need 3,800. Actually, 91% isn't bad. So I'm just going to stay with that. This one is less. We've got 2,576, but with one truck and one tractor trailer, we're looking at 3,800. I think I'm going to try to go with, let's go with two trucks and no tractor trailers. See if I can do better than that. Yeah, actually, that's 93%. That's not bad. By the way, I'm just fishing here, and you can also see our costs still going up. We're at 11,612. The next one we need 6,630 square foot. Then of course this is for our Chicago store, but we've only got right now with one truck and one trailer 3,850. Let's go with another tractor trailer. And again, I'm just fishing here. 107. Oh, just so close. But again, our price is going up over 12,000 now. Let's get another truck involved. And now at least we're at 86%. We're over, we maybe we could have done better, but that's the way it goes. And the next one, we've got 7,785, but we've only got 3,850. Let's certainly go with another tractor trailer and one more truck. So we've got 2 and 2 there. 101. Ah, and we're at $17,017. Okay. Yeah, we'll just go with, okay. Whoops. It would be 3, not 13, but 3. Okay, we've met our capacity, but we're over 18,000. Again, you get a sense of how this all works, how we're trying to supply with our trucks and trailers the material, the circuit trainer, the treadmill, and the exercise bike, what we need to provide, and also a tool to do it. Now, the beauty is when we get into Solver, Solver will allow us to do this even more effectively and find the perfect answer. Fish around, play around, get a good answer that you feel is effective and appropriate. But again, the beauty is the opportunity if you've got deliveries going out every day, every week, every month, whatever, that you can simply plug in the numbers, or more effectively later on we'll show you how to run Solver, and it will tell you exactly how many trucks and trailers you need to load and how many square feet. I hope this was a benefit. Thanks.